Welcome, everybody, to episode 12 of the Hendriks Experience Podcast. And today we have one of our fantastic team members, Savannah Luison. Welcome, Savannah.
Hi, Jerry. Thanks for having me.
It is a pleasure to have you. Are you a little nervous today?
I am.
That's okay. It's okay. You know, everybody's different.
It's my first podcast.
Yeah. Well, just like starting in real estate, you've been in real estate now a couple of years.
Yeah.
You got 3 years under your belt, just over 3 years. And you started on our team about a year ago.
I think I just hit a year.
Yeah. Happy anniversary to you.
Yes.
It's been a great year. It's been a learning year, right?
Yes. And it's actually probably been my best year as well.
Your best year. That's what we like to hear. Best year on the Hendriks team.
Yeah.
Because you did a couple other starts and you kind of found your way here.
Yeah.
Right?
I was actually on 2 other teams in Hamilton, and then I found my way here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And everybody finds their way in different ways, and that's all cool. So when you started off, what was your main thing that you felt you were kind of looking for in a team, and where did you feel maybe it didn't work out for you personally?
You know
in
what?
Those situations. We're not going to name any names.
No
But
names.
and that's all cool. But just share with everybody what your experience is, because last week we had on Justin, who's just becoming a realtor, and then we have yourself, who's been a realtor for a few years. And in the next week or two, we're going to have a couple other team members just to show you the progression of, where someone starts to where they get, more experience into real estate. So tell us a little bit about that beginning for you.
So I started in 2021 of March, which actually was, I think it was the second full lockdown where we couldn't leave the house. It was like those lines.
Things are
the
reclosed
grocery
back
store.
then, right?
Yeah. So it was
almost as tough as starting March 2020.
Yeah.
April 2020 was the worst time ever. And we were in solid lockdown there for a few months.
So it was difficult.
Yeah, challenging.
The first team that I joined, I actually never met any of my team members for 90 days. I've only ever seen them on Zoom. It was no in-person, no office, no anything. So
everybody's working from home.
Yeah.
Right?
Right? It was only the essential things that you could leave for.
So Zoom meetings were big for team meetings.
Huge, yeah.
So
even for clients as well, which...
Yeah, that must have been extra difficult because you're already it's new. You don't really know. You take the real estate course. Let's face it. The real life starts once the first day you actually get licensed.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Didn't you find it quite different between what you learn in the books compared to what you actually...
Oh, completely.
Real life real estate?
Completely.
Completely different.
You learn the job when you're doing it. In real life, what you learn in the books is really just to pass the test, in my opinion.
Yeah. We hate to say that, but we like to say that it's the truth. We like to speak the truth.
Yeah.
And so, wow, double hard for you. Right in the lockdown of I think second lockdown. I can't remember now. I don't want to put lockdowns out of my mind. Hopefully we never see them again. I think the world would go a little bit crazy. And just my personal opinion, I don't think we're ever going to get there. But, brand new in COVID, second lockdown. So you're trying to learn, you're trying to, a big part of our team is the camaraderie, the culture, the learning from everybody. And so you weren't able to experience that.
Yeah. And also I find even meeting clients, earning their trust is so much easier to earn when you're talking to them face to face. They see your personality, they trust you more. Whereas trying to earn a client's trust over the phone or over Zoom, it misses that connection.
Yeah, fair enough.
So that was difficult as well.
Okay, cool. And what other experiences did you have in that first year of real estate? For those that are either just getting their license, thinking about getting their license, what is, it's hard because you're a very unique time then. But setting that part aside, what do you think was the biggest challenge in that first year of real estate?
For me, I am young. I'm 27. When I started, I guess I was 25, 24. It was difficult because the prices of homes just absolutely skyrocketed. So my sphere of people were pretty much priced out of the market. So
priced
those
right
people,
out.
Yeah. So those people that I would typically, those first-time home buyers that I would typically be targeting, and my friends and my family were priced out of the market. So that when a lot of my business just couldn't afford to buy a house.
Right.
So it was very difficult for myself to get started and find those clients that I trusted, or that trusted me,
Right.
or that could afford to.
Because it's not easy. You're starting off. People are looking for experience. They have the Hendriks experience working with our whole team. But for yourself, brand new, It's a challenge. It's tough.
It was difficult.
right?
Yeah. It still is difficult.
Yeah. You had that team environment though. You were working with a team, but again, COVID made it more challenging. And like you say, people were getting priced out of the market at that point. Things were going really crazy on the pricing. And you generally work with who your demographic is.
Yeah.
Your
Like,
friends,
it's
your family,
easier, right?
people. It's easier. It's more natural for somebody. Yeah, for me, I started out working with a lot of first-time home buyers, and as time progressed, the longer I was in, repeat buyers, and sellers, and so on, and now I'm dealing with a lot of people in my older demographic, so to speak, right? So, it's different. So, where did you feel like it wasn't working for you? That you're just not home. We work so much. Home away from home is real estate office. So something wasn't quite right for you there, and you went on to a different team.
Second teams. I've been on 3 teams, which I also had a very hard time accepting that, because where Justin last week, he spoke about how he spoke to a lot of different teams, and he's here before he's licensed. Whereas I got licensed and I just wanted to I wanted to just be on my team and start making money, start selling homes, start learning. And I think I just kind of jumped the gun on joining a team. And I was like, oh yeah, this feels right. They told me what I wanted to hear. They sold me. And
they're selling homes, they're selling you on.
They sold me, and it just wasn't what I expected it to be. And I'm also very hard on myself. So I wasn't meeting my own expectations.
Yeah.
So
sometimes we are the hardest on ourselves, right? So, second team. Yeah. So you made a good point there, but the second team, Justin did his research ahead of time, but we were in COVID, so you couldn't really do what you could do today.
I think I was just eager too.
You're eager.
I was eager to just start, and I just went with the team that I thought was right. Yep. And I tried it out, and I learned a lot.
Right.
They pushed me a lot. There was so many things that in that time I did learn, and I still use today. They got me used to making cold calls.
Yes, getting you uncomfortable, right?
Yeah, they got me really uncomfortable.
Yeah, got you really uncomfortable. Almost as uncomfortable as you're sitting here today, maybe. Yeah. I'm not sure. What did you feel more uncomfortable? Sitting here in this chair having a podcast.
I feel more comfortable here.
You feel more comfortable here? Yeah. Fantastic. That's experience right there. That's the Hendriks experience on the team. You get a little more comfortable, right? It's just practice. Sometimes you just got to do things a few times, break through that ice, and then rinse and repeat. And so that's probably one of the toughest things to do is getting out of your comfort zone.
Yes.
So you certainly, I want to acknowledge you because you really pushed past that. You had a challenging time, challenging start, and you broke through a lot of barriers. Speaking of barriers, let's face reality here. You are the only licensed current female realtor on our team. And so, it's I don't say the white elephant in the room, but let's acknowledge that. And I acknowledge you, right? You're hoping what?
We get some more females.
We are too.
Soon.
Yes. So you're the only female on the team. 2 questions for you. What's it like being a female realtor out there on the field in real estate? Let's talk about that for a second.
There's a lot of things I can unpack in that question.
All right. Fair enough. We got a few minutes here. Go ahead.
I think one, being young, not even just being a female, sometimes being young, I'm not taken as seriously. I need to earn a little bit more of their trust and provide more knowledge to them for them to be like, oh, okay, so she does know how to do her job, or she can do this, she is good at this. And then the other part is being a female, and sometimes I do feel like, not all the time, but sometimes men look down on females because like a little bit less superior.
Yeah?
Yeah, sometimes I get the impression. There's not all the time. There's obviously people who don't think that way, but there are situations that I've been in where they're like, oh, woman, no, I need a man.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. I guess I don't really see that or feel that or whatever,
no.
but
well, as a man, you're not going to feel
that. but I respect it. That's tough. Yeah. And you know what you do? You beat them with your knowledge, right? Not beat them, you know what I mean? But your knowledge is going to impress them. If it is what it is, you have to work through the what is in life and then go, okay, well, what can I do to kind of counteract that? And I want to acknowledge you because you're amazing at research, diving in the computer, knowing your stats, educating yourself, what's going on out there in the marketplace. Even in the team, you know, we have a lot of people to bounce things off of and learn. Just be a sponge for learning. I always say, learn before you earn, right? That's what realtors should really start off in their career.
That can be difficult too.
Right?
Like in that first year, sometimes you just want to earn, but you really need to be learning.
Really need to learn.
And,
yeah. And, you know, Justin, geez, I keep refining, but Justin made a few good points last week, right? He said, what did he say? He talked about, you know, this is a marathon, right? This isn't a quick run around the block. And if you're really, truly
life,
care
right?
about your real estate as a career, so learn before you earn, take that on. You're doing a fantastic job. And what about being the only female realtor on the team? How's your experience been with that?
I love that. That's no
You love
issue
that?
to me.
All
That's
right.
completely different than the real world. Like, I love being the only girl. I mean, I don't love being the only girl, but
Right.
it's not an issue being the only girl.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's awesome. That's good to know. I felt that, but it's
Yeah.
good to know. It's good to hear.
It's
'cause,
very obvious.
You know, we support you and we love you and you're doing amazing. And I will say this, Savannah, you are not drama because I'll be real. In the past, I've had a lot of different team members in the past. I had one time, you know, we had like half a dozen guys on the team. I've also had half a dozen female realtors on team with no men on the team. So I have experienced both. Female realtors can be the best realtors out there. But what I personally, just from my personal experience, there was a fair amount of drama. So
I've also had
You've
my
ex-
fair take of just not even like, I feel like I am very unproblematic
Yes.
and very easygoing. So like I won't engage in any drama, but I've had on previous teams drama.
you
about.
saw that, you felt it, right? And the drama part just doesn't work. And but you bring a great spirit and energy. You're not drama, and you're a blessing to our team. So yeah. So moving forward now, you know, that's where you've been. You are our future rock star on the team. I really feel that and I believe that. And so where do you see yourself growing from here? For someone who's been in the real estate business a couple of years, there's a lot of realtors out there. They've been in the business a couple of years, now 3 years for you, 3 years plus. We've talked mostly about teams, but there's a lot of realtors out there who are just, they're what I call a standalone or an individual realtor within a brokerage. So what do you feel like, and they're struggling out there.
Yeah.
It's not easy to be on your own. And I just want to acknowledge those people that are out there working hard, men and females, men and women, working hard out there. But where do you see that as a challenge for them?
I think one of the most important things is having mentorship. Even as a single agent, I think you can't go wrong with having somebody to mentor you. And we have I've had mentorships on all of the teams that I've like very thankfully and luckily I've had that mentorship, but the best mentorship I've had is on the Hendriks team. And the reason for that is because you guys have no hesitation on bringing me physically on your appointments. You have no hesitation on diving right into any questions that I have. If I need you, Jerry, like I need you to make a clause for my contract. You're
I
like,
love
yep,
write-
there we
I
go.
love writing
Perfect.
clauses. That's one
Yeah,
of my
you're
favorite.
very good at that.
I like the creative things, right? I like the writing, remarks, and
Yeah.
the creative aspects.
You do. And you're
Social
good at
media
it
and
too.
things like that.
Yeah.
Maybe even being on camera here, you know? So I enjoy it.
yeah.
So I'm glad that I can bring that to you. I'm glad our other team members bring you a lot of value.
Yeah. Like
right?
Chris is your son is my mentor. And he's like today right before I came in, we were talking about like a listing that he has and a client that I have, and I'm going to get my clients in there prior to him going live. And
Getting
like
on
that's
market fully.
teamwork and also mentorship. If we weren't communicating, we wouldn't have that. And it's good for his clients, good for my clients.
Yeah. Fantastic.
Yeah.
Well, I hope we can maybe encourage a female realtor out
Yeah.
there
Come
who would
on.
love to work with Savannah on the team.
Come on.
And we welcome anybody and everybody into the team to have a conversation with us.
Yeah.
And again, the conversation could be that, you know, maybe it isn't the best fit. But if it
It's
is,
a great environment. We got a great environment going on in that office.
you're like a 5-star Google review for our team right here. This is nice. Thank you for that. I wasn't expecting. I didn't like ask you what to
No, you
share.
didn't, no.
I didn't know where our conversation would
But
lead.
it's good. It's good vibes. It's everyone's working, and then when we play, and it's fun. Everyone's just amazing.
Yeah,
really.
The culture is really important.
It is.
You know what I mean? Our kind of
You
behind the
wanna-
scenes
You really
tagline.
want to go into an office that you actually feel comfortable going into as well. Like I previously have not gone into my offices because I just didn't have a space that I felt like I could really work or that I felt comfortable. There was drama and I just didn't want to be around it. So I didn't go in. I would stay home. But you learn so much more when you're physically in that office and there's things in motion and I overhear Daniel's or Chris's deals or Devin's deals, somebody's deals. And there's situations that you've never been in that you get to listen to. And you get to learn from them.
Yeah.
So
You know, I've had, let's say,
It's actually really
10,000
important.
experiences and Chris and Daniel had a couple thousand
Oh, yeah.
experiences. Everyone's got 100 experience.
Yeah.
And you can just sit in there and listen to that conversation that
And it's a
other
learning
realtors are having.
experience.
You're going to
Yeah.
learn, like just soak it up and be around that. And I often say it probably from a income standpoint for realtors out there. I saw at the main Remax Garden City brokerage, 70 salespeople. The people that are in the office, working, participating, being in that space, the average commission, average earnings of a realtor who spends their days in the office and not from a home office, I would say at least 30%, if not 40% higher income if you're in it.
I
You got to be
think I
in it
can
to win it and be in that activity.
Vouch for that too.
And you can vouch for
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
Yeah.
So amazing first few years. Where do you see yourself going from here?
I would love to be on Daniel or Chris's level in like a couple of years.
Yes.
That's the goal. Like they do great and they do great things for their clients and they're doing good things with the team. And I think that's ideally, I look up to them as my mentors. So I think that's really the goal.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Because I don't know if we've talked about this in the podcast really, but we have the Sunrise to Sunset program. So we're helping new realtors get into the business. We're helping realtors like yourselves get their career kind of in motion, get it started, getting it ramped up. Because we want to build you up to the rock star level that you are and be that shining star. And then for those also, once they're done their career, I want to put a few more years in, but we also have realtors that are transitioning out and we help them as well. So I look forward to continuing for you to be an incredible part of our team. And we wish you nothing but crazy success in the future.
Jerry.
So thanks for coming out. Do you feel a little more
having me.
comfortable
Oh, I
now?
feel better now.
You're all
First I
she's
was
all
all
warmed up.
shaken
She'll be back again to talk to us more. Until next time, cheers everyone. Bye-bye.